If the temperature gauge starts raising, don't keep driving as if nothing is wrong. A fault that could be fixed today with a relay, a cap, or a thermostat may lead to a blown head gasket, a warped cylinder head, or a destroyed engine tomorrow. But an engine doesn't always overheat from low coolant. The problem can also be a fan that doesn't turn on, trapped air, a clogged radiator, or a sensor reporting the wrong temperature. In this video, you'll learn to identify the main causes and perform tests before wasting money replacing parts blindly. Stay until the end, because the moment the temperature rises can reveal where the fault is. The first cause is a low coolant level. There may be a leak in the hoses, radiator, reservoir, water pump, thermostat housing, or a connection. Some leaks fall onto hot parts and evaporate, so they don't always leave a puddle. With the engine completely cold, check the level and look for moisture, stains, or dried residue around the connections. The most effective test is pressurizing the system with the correct tool. This can reveal hidden leaks. Never open the cap with the engine hot, because pressurized coolant can cause severe burns. The second cause is a stuck thermostat. When the engine is cold, it remains closed. At a certain temperature, it must open to send coolant to the radiator. If it stays closed, the engine overheats quickly. To test it, remove it with the engine cold and place it in a container of water. Insert a thermometer and heat the water gradually. Watch the temperature at which it begins opening. The value is normally stamped on the thermostat, for example 180, 190, or 198 degrees Fahrenheit. It must open near that specification, continue opening as the temperature rises, and close again as it cools. If it doesn't open, opens late, opens only partially, or sticks, replace it. Don't heat it directly with a flame, and never operate the engine permanently without a thermostat. The third cause is an electric fan that doesn't work. This fault normally makes the engine overheat in traffic or while stopped, but it improves when the car moves and receives airflow. Check the fuses, relays, wiring, power, ground, connectors, and fan motor. Also check whether the computer is commanding it on. This is where the ECT sensor comes in. With a scan tool and a cold engine, its reading must be close to ambient temperature. Then it must rise progressively without illogical jumps. You can also remove the sensor and measure its resistance. Set the multimeter to ohms, connect the leads to its terminals, take a reading at room temperature. Then place only the sensor's metal kip in hot water without wetting the connector. As it heats, resistance must decrease progressively. If resistance drops, the sensor's reacting to heat and working. If it doesn't change, shows an open circuit, or jumps, it may be damaged. To confirm its accuracy, compare the measurements with the manufacturer's temperature and resistance chart. Also check the connector and wiring before replacing it. The fourth cause is a damaged radiator. Externally, it may be blocked by dirt, insects, or bent fins. Internally, it may accumulate rust and sediment, especially if tap water was used. An infrared thermometer can reveal abnormally cold areas with the engine hot, indicating clogged tubes. Depending on its condition, the radiator must be professionally cleaned or replaced. The fifth cause is a damaged water pump. It may have leaks, noise, or shaft play, but also a broken or separated internal impeller. In that case, the pulley turns, although coolant barely circulates. Also check the belt if it drives the pump. If circulation remains poor with a good thermostat and radiator, inspect the pump. The sixth cause is a faulty cap. The cap maintains pressure to raise the coolant's boiling point. If it doesn't hold the specified pressure, the liquid may boil early and be expelled. Test it with a pressure tester, and always use the cap specified by the manufacturer. Air can also remain trapped after replacing a hose, radiator, pump, or thermostat. The solution is bleeding the system according to the manufacturer's procedure. Some vehicles have bleeder screws, while others require vacuum filling. The most serious cause is a damaged head gasket. Suspect it if there is coolant loss without a visible leak, persistent white smoke, continuous bubbles in the reservoir, hoses that harden quickly, or expelled coolant. To confirm it, perform a chemical combustion gas test, compression test, or cylinder leak down test. Don't condemn the gasket only because you see some bubbles. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, you'll learn to diagnose mechanical and electrical faults professionally, finding the real cause before wasting money unnecessarily.